for question 1. After the others have dropped off to sleep, the correspondent sees a long, loud swishing astern of the boat and a gleaming trail of phosphorescence. The answer to this question would be A. The fin of the shark is what he sees. And number 2. To whom would Zora offer a how to do well, I thank you, where you going when she was a young girl in Eatonville? This is from Zora Neale Hurston's How It Feels to Be Colored. Me, it would be B. Northern white tourists bound for Orlando. In question 3, in at least 3 sentences, interpret and explain the following quote. Where can I hire a thief? This comes from Rushdie's The Prophet's Hair. The character Huma makes this statement when she goes down into one of the insalubrious parts of the city in order to try to get a thief to steal the vial of the Prophet Muhammad's hair. What pecked at the angel from a very old man with enormous wings while searching for parasites? That would be A. Hens. A. Hens. While he was in the chicken coop. In question 5, in at least 3 sentences, define both protagonist and antagonist and identify who they are and pose the cask of Amontillado and explain. So, a cogent definition for protagonist is a main character that's found in the text or the actual person that's narrating. In this case, it's a first-person narration, first-person omniscient, if you will, with Montressor being the one who is telling his story. The antagonist is the villain or character foil for the protagonist. Again, in the story, Montressor is the protagonist, for he's the main character and the narrator to the text. He tries to influence the reader in believing he was coerced into doing what he did to Fortunato. Alright? So, essentially, he is trying to get you, the reader, to understand that what he did was a necessity in light of the insults that, quote-unquote, Fortunato had hurled towards him. So, again, that would make Montressor the main character to the text. Ironically, what causes the four on board the dinghy to be in the predicament they are in? You have seen this question before, and it's not a sailing vessel catastrophe, per se. None of the above would be the correct answer, albeit I did assess a point for it accordingly. In number 7, in our home country of Grenada, author Jamaica Kincaid dealt with the psychosocial issues attributed to both patriarchy and misogyny. Note, this is false because author Jamaica Kincaid is not from Grenada. She is from Antigua. Be sure you look at those bios that we give you people. Alright? So keep that in mind. In number 8, all 3 of these literary devices can be used. We've seen this question also before regarding Hemingway's Hills Like White Elephants. Alright, so choose one of those 3, but in this case all 3 of them happen to apply to the text. Alright? Irony. You can see irony throughout. It's ironic that they were speaking on this issue of abortion without saying abortion, but even more ironic where they were located in this Ebro, in the Ebro, where both sides, one was fertile, one was infertile or was barren, as to indicate them going between choosing whether to have the child or not. In lieu of time, in number 9, when Zora Neale Hurston and How It Feels to Be Colored Me feels it's an advantage to be colored, this would be C when she listens to jazz. Okay? This would be C when she listens to jazz. And in number 10, raised as a devout Mormon in southern Georgia, Flannery O'Connor wrote on issues pertaining to decadence in the South. This is false because she is not a devout Mormon. Rather, she is a devout Catholic. Again, refer back to our biography, people. This concludes this Panopto file pertaining to quiz 4.